Namaste and like my family, and welcome to another morning coffee with Rion. How you guys doing out there? Our job is to inspire. Here we go. So, I thought today I would talk about Ascension, and I'd talk about why it's important, right, to put your ascension first. Well, going through different relationships, different things, different things that you find important, different experiences you made down here in 3D, to understand that in your back office there may be some things from past lives or karmic connections or attachments that maybe you didn't clean up last time you were down here. I remembered a funny little rule. I always ask this question, like, why do I have to, if I do so much upstairs every single night, why do I have to work so hard down here? And apparently the funny thing about karma is if you create karma down here in the third density, you actually have to incarnate down into the third density to clean it up. Now, I'm not saying we don't get many reprieves and aid and assistance upstairs. I'm not saying you can't work on your different karmic things in the afterlife or in different phases of existence. But the truth is, to learn, understand, and experience from this specific perspective gives you that grounded foundation of your own awesomeness and your own understanding of why you choose to do something or not to do something. You see, in the universe, especially in this part of our galaxy, right, and in this duality zone here on Earth, choice is everything. Manifesting your reality is your God-given right to create whatever you wish with your own mind, body, and spirit, right? To further grasp, what type of being you truly are through preference. Lots of things that we are all processing right now. Let's just jump right into it. Relationships. Dun 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 dun. Okay, here we go. Well, as you're processing yourself, and as you're beginning to wake up, it's important to understand that sometimes when you go through emotional stuff or you're processing different emotional stuff, to understand that sometimes that is best done by yourself. And this is why. You could be in a relationship right now. You could be married right now. You could have kids right now. Here's what I want to recommend to you when you're starting to access that higher frequency of understanding and you're starting to process your past lives and you're starting to process and clean up your back office. This is what I can say to you. First, if you are a partner that is beginning to wake up, or you are awake, and you're starting to access, say, that freeway of information, and let's just say your partner wants to stay on the side streets, right? They want to move at a slower speed, okay? The important thing to understand is to not lean on someone who can't reflect truly what you need to figure out, okay? For example, it's like you knowing how to speak English, right? You're trying to process something in English and you're asking your partner who only speaks German or Korean or Chinese or Japanese to answer your logarithm. It's not going to make sense for them. They're not going to understand why you're in the mood you're in, what you're processing, or what your dream time truly held and the level of depth that you are jumping into. Both of you guys are swimming, let's just say. You and your partner are swimming in the ocean. The only difference is they're snorkeling and you're scuba diving. You have a completely different perception of what's going on than they do. They're on the surface looking down, and you're down in the depths looking up. So to understand that, have patience with your partner. Also understand that no one can make or force anyone else to process things that they can't do for themselves. Okay? This is what happens. If you're trying to aid or assist your partner, that is fantastic. However, if it is starting to affect your emotional, energetic body, right? Your physical body, your mental state, your emotional state, and your pain body, just to assist them, then you're going to have to take a deeper look at why you're in that relationship in the first place. Okay? You're going to have to understand that everyone has to walk their own path, and everyone has to work on themselves and adjust themselves so that they fully understand the full depth of why they have that experience to clear. If you do it for them, what happens is you basically put a band-aid over something. You don't fix it, you don't heal it. You just put a band-aid over it. Okay? And when you do that, as soon as you step out of that field and as soon as they're by themselves again, that band-aid will come off and they will have to deal with what they've been hiding from, right, in that period of time. To understand that we all have these things to process. Okay? To understand, I had to do my upbringing, my mommy daddy issues. I had to do my bloodline issues. I had to focus on the relationship stuff. I had to focus on what do I want in a partner. I had to focus on what did I need to clear up in my past lives, right, to make it me happy in the present. Okay? I had to stay focused. I had to stay true. I had to change my integrity. I had to step into the being I truly wanted to be. I had to walk on my path. Okay? I say this because when you reflect with yourself, that is truly who you're really speaking to. And as you look out into the audience of people that you know, your friends, your family, right, your parents, your loved ones, your partner, they are reflections of you. So truly what you're asking yourself is, what type of reflection do you want to reflect back? Do you want to be the type of being that no matter what is reflected against you, you send back peace and love and transmute anything or any environment you step into? Do you want to be the type of being that can step onto like for example, step onto an old battlefield, step into a large metropolitan city, step into a very negative zone, and bang so much light through an environment that you literally incinerate the darkness off of every single vessel in a quarter-mile square radius, transmute everything into a pink or purple flame, okay, and then bring it all back to center in that golden light? Truly, what type of being do you want to be? What type of higher self access do you want to have? How strong do you want to be? Most people down here, they want to have a good life, white picket fence, the whole kit and caboodle of what it means. A house, a wife, 2 kids, white picket fence. Look, ladies and gents, let me explain some things to you. The most important thing you can do for yourself is learn how to love yourself. The most important thing you can do for yourself is to look at your own reflection and go, I love you. I love that person. That person is doing their best, he or she, right? To not only aid themselves, your loved ones, but everything around you. Okay? The materialism world and the material world is not viewed or judged upstairs in heaven. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Many of you guys already know this. They don't care what kind of car you drive. They don't care how big your house is, right? The angels upstairs and those, when we want to go back up, all they care about is the actions and deeds that you did to help one another. That is what is viewed, and that is what is measured in heaven. Okay? It's not what kind of car you drive. It's not, I'm just being real with you guys out there. Because some of you guys feel like, God, I'm just down here doing my best and, trying to make ends meet. But you know what, truthfully, the happiness you share when you get off work with your friends and family, the happiness and love you share for one another at their birthday party or at Christmas or Easter, right? Or whatever that may be, right? Those moments, those memories is what you're going to remember. And just as you raise a child, right, for all you parents out there, the goal is to stay as happy and blissed out as you possibly can be. So every time you see your child, maybe after when they get out of school or whenever you're hanging out with them, they see a true representation of the potential they can be in that happy space. The more you can show them how to be happy and blissful, the more you can reflect that, Mom and Dad, this happened at school today, and you kind of break it down like an angelic. Well, honey, that's probably because if they're at home right now, Billy's parents probably are fighting, and someone taught him that behavior. Not focus on the little kid that's, being a bully or whatnot. They're like, no, that kid, Billy learned that, or Shelly learned that, right, from someone else. Someone in their programming misconstrued how to raise that child. So that child is reflecting what they learned on you. That is not you, that has no representation of you. And eventually they will have to figure that out for themselves, my love. To speak to your children with wisdom and not pull punches because you think they can't handle it. You know, little kids are super bright. Okay, especially these crystals being born right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is not 1950s. This isn't the 40s. This isn't the 20s. This isn't the 60s. This isn't the 70s. This isn't the 80s. Kids being born right now. If you're a 90s kid, or you have little kids right now that are like, from born to 15 years old. If you talk to them real talk, they will understand. They are highly intelligent beings. The issue is that to be strong enough as a parent to deprogram them from some of the stuff that they're going to experience if they're interacting, right, with those that are completely unaware and unconscious. Okay? It's the tone of voice you use. When I switch tone, I go from inner child Rion, right? Yay, everything's dope. Then some serious thing pops through the ether, right? And then it switches into that, Well, I think to understand the best reference for you is to reflect truly what you want at all times. In that way, you will always resonate what you truly wish to manifest at all times. Okay? Or switch back, right? Boom, boom, boom. Those of you guys can see out there, right? Switching back into that inner child, because no matter how old you are, ladies and gents, he or she, that little 7-year-old version of you that sits in your heart, that's the version you want to be with all the time. It doesn't mean you can't be a rocket scientist, a physicist, an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, right? Whatever that is for you. You can still be an inner child inside and still get your work done in a blissful, happy, and abundant way. You don't have to be super, super serious and put that knight mask on, right, to do that. Now check this out. Why do people do it? Environment. Your guards will always be in front of you if the entire population around you is 98% asleep, right? Why would they put their guard down? You have to find a place and a time to learn how to process the different aspects of yourself to truly understand who you are. Okay? Understand where your thought forms come from. Understand where you learned that response. Understand and track. You can track it back. I mean, if you guys are intelligent beings, think back when dad was arguing with mom. Track it back to when you're 7 years old and you're watching in the living room. The first time you ever saw an argument. The first time you ever saw a confrontation. The first time in the schoolyard you ever saw a little kid, fight or whatever. Whatever it is, I'm trying to say is, every single experience that makes you who you are, you can track back with your chemical computer, find that intersection point, and transmute that and move forward. How intelligent do you want to be? How focused do you want to be? How aware do you want to be? Do you really want to know? These are things you will ask yourself. Okay? And a lot of that has to do with integrating the mind, body, spirit, right? To be whole, to be solid in its foundation. Truly, do unto others as you would have done unto you. It's quite simple. Treat people with respect and love and receive that back, And for all you guys that are out there, some of you first waivers been doing, on this ride 30, 40 years, okay? And us second waivers, and us the first, and the third waivers that are coming in here right now, I'm going to express some stuff to you. Do not look into a population. Do not look into a crowd to find the reflection, or a television, or a actor, or a comedian, or actually Jim Carrey, I would say, is probably one of the only guys like that that's speaking his truth. Right? Think about who's speaking their truth right now. How many awakened actors and comedians and stars, right, are out there right now talking to you guys, talking about their awakening experience. Here's why. We are all reflections of one another. To understand that no matter what your occupation is, the key right now is to focus on your own individual ascension and what makes you happy in here. In here. Okay? And like that famous saying, you truly can't love someone, really, until you love yourself. So for all of my family members out there that are in relationships or doing your thing, if you love yourself, you're going to reflect that love into any environment you step into. Okay? And for all those that are playing the victim card, okay, that like to be in that pain body, okay, that feel like, I can't believe this is happening to me. They kind of feed off that energy. To understand, you're actually walking in a different energy. To understand, that energy is what you need to knock off. It's almost like a drug. When you play the victim card, sometimes, or you're in that pain body, right? That's a drug. That's what this is what you're saying to the universe. I can't make my own decisions. Can somebody please help me? Right? Truly, what you should say is, that's a fun experience. I enjoyed that quite much. I'd rather be doing this right now. I'd rather be saving my money instead of going out every weekend partying unconsciously. I'd rather save my money for a month and go scuba diving in the Maldives. I'd rather go surf in Hawaii. Right? I'd rather go climb a mountain. I'd rather go snowboarding in Colorado. Pay attention to your budgets. Pay attention to the energy that you are bringing in and sending out. Okay? And understand that if you live humbly, frugally, into your highest destiny of what you truly can emit, that abundance you can use at any point in time. The goal is, use your energy for what you wish to do. Okay, that's all. It's very simple. It's like, hey, maybe I don't go out to dinner every single night. Maybe I cook dinner. Maybe I learn how to cook. Maybe I save my money. And maybe I go do something really awesome 2 months from now. When you set goals for yourself, this is another thing too, ladies and gents. It makes life worth living. You know, you have something to look forward to. You know, even if it's a weekend and, I'm going to the hot springs this weekend, I'm so excited. Or I get to go to the beach and lay on the beach and I got a hotel room or a motel room by the water and I'm asleep there and it's going to be awesome, Find things you like to do and enjoy them. That's all I'm trying to say. It's like you got to switch the programming of what you're being told you should be doing with your finances and abundance, and then truly what would make you happy. Okay? So I leave you with this. I just love and appreciate all of you guys, and just so you know, every single thing that I'm reflecting right now to you, I walked. I did not learn this in the book. I did not reflect off someone else. I had to go through these experiences myself in here and process this in here. I've made all of these mistakes and right decisions, right? But I walk with you in that on that same plane, okay? And to understand that we are all reflections of one another. For all you guys that have had gnarly things happen to you. Now, when I say the victim card, let me truly get down right into detail what I mean. When bad stuff happens to you, it sucks. There's no rhyme or reason for that stuff. I could tell you that there could have been some karmic things that you might have done in your past lives or past life, and that's what you're experiencing right now. Maybe it's you in those shoes and not the other person. But let me express something to you. When you're processing your internal stuff, I know it sucks. It's not easy at times. And I walk with you day in, day night, right? Day in, day out, and at night. And I see you guys in your dreams. All those people I visit in my dreams, I help you as much as I can, and we help each other. But to understand, I walk here with you in understanding this stuff. What I can say is that we are all in transition, and this time will pass. And the golden age of what we're truly trying to accomplish, right, is at hand. So just know that I love you guys very, very much. And we are getting through this right now. I want to talk about all the awesome stuff we're doing. Maybe I'll save that for the next little coffee talk with Rion. But another thing too is, I was told to share this. Hey, you guys, if you want more information, this is on Facebook. Go to Unite the Collective on YouTube. There's all kinds of instructional videos. That's Unite the Collective on YouTube. If you guys want some more information too on some of our members and some of this different stuff, teamlight.com. And I am Rion. And if you guys want to check us out on Instagram, check out Rion7 on Instagram. I love you guys so much. Peace and abundance to you. And I'll see you all very soon. Blessings.